I woke up in darkness. Cold, suffocating dirt pressed hard against my skin. I couldn't move. My chest burned with every shallow breath. I was buried alive. I tried to scream, but only a dry croak escaped. My hands clawed at the wooden coffin lid above me, splinters scraping under my nails. The air was thick, choking. A faint sound, scraping, shifting dirt, echoed above me. Then, a cold, pale hand brushed my fingers. I froze. The hand grabbed mine with a grip like ice, squeezing tight. A voice hissed in the darkness, low and ancient, finally awake. You belong to me now. Panic exploded in my chest as the memories came crashing back. Eve, her cold smile, her eyes empty and cruel. She dragged me deep into the woods, whispering about sacrifices and power. I remembered the circle of stones, the fire burning bright red, the chanting voices fading into silence as the night swallowed me whole. I wasn't her friend. I was her prey. The coffin creaked as the dirt shifted, pressing in closer. I scrambled to find any weakness, any crack. My fingers scraped against something rough, old roots weaving through the earth. The voice whispered again, you were chosen to feed the darkness beneath. To keep it alive. Suddenly, I felt something cold and slimy brush my arm. I recoiled, heart pounding like a drum. The coffin walls felt alive, breathing. Watching. Waiting. I forced myself to stay awake. To fight. But the earth was thick, heavy, and endless. And something else stirred in the dark, hungry for me. The dirt shifted violently. I was no longer alone. The coffin trembled as a cold presence pressed closer. Pale hands emerged from the shadows, cold and clawed, dragging me down deeper into darkness. Pain exploded in my arms as invisible chains bound me tight. A growl rumbled through the earth, low and menacing, shaking the walls of my prison. The voice whispered in my ear, your suffering feeds the shadow. Your fear keeps it alive. I struggled, but every movement was met with crushing pressure. The dirt pressed harder, squeezing air from my lungs. Sharp roots dug into my skin like needles. Whispers surrounded me, voices of the lost, the damned, begging for release, lost in endless torment. The pale hands tightened their grip, cold seeping into my bones. I could feel the darkness crawling under my skin, wrapping around my soul. Suddenly, I saw Eve's face flicker in the shadows, smiling, watching, pleased. She raised her hand and the earth around me began to crack and pulse like a living thing. The coffin was becoming a cage, a tomb to hold me forever. Pain exploded through my body, burning, tearing, as shadows wrapped around me like chains of fire. I screamed, but the dirt swallowed the sound. The creature's voice whispered one last time, there is no escape. You belong to the darkness now. The earth closed in. The coffin sealed shut. And I was left alone in the endless black, buried alive.